So thank you all for joining. We're going to do a 75-minute 26 and 2 yoga class. Before we hop into that sequence of yoga, we're going to do 3 rounds of sun salutations to generate a little bit of heat and movement, blood flow in the body, and then hop into the traditional 26 and 2 yoga. No matter how long you've been practicing yoga, just remember it's an opportunity to listen to what your body is telling you that it needs. So at times yoga may be challenging, especially if you're doing something a little bit new or just trying a posture a different way. Challenging is okay, but you're never going to a point of pain, a point where you can't breathe. The number one rule in yoga is what's called ahimsa, and it translates to mean do no harm. So again, if things are challenging, that's great, but if they're causing harm to yourself or to others, that has gone a little bit too far as yogic philosophy goes. So just keep that in mind with your practice. So beginning with 3 rounds of sun salutations, come towards the top of your mat. I'm actually going to stand back a little bit and show you in periphery. Bring your feet close together. Take a moment, bring the weight into your toes, rock the weight back into your heels, then just evenly distribute your body weight on both feet. Taking a moment just to center yourself, arriving in the present moment, which usually takes more than just one moment. Usually it's only towards the end of class that we feel like we've actually arrived, and that is the beautiful transformational aspect of this yoga, which I hope you enjoy over the next 75 minutes. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, a sun salutation. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, looking up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, fold forward, put your hands on the floor and drop your head. Inhale into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or even the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands on the floor, spread your fingers wide, and step back into a high plank. And if high plank doesn't work for you today, come down into a tabletop instead. You have an option to stay in tabletop or plank, or take what's called a vinyasa. It's a bit like a lowering down of a push-up and then a back bend. So for this vinyasa, hug your elbows in and then lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do baby cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. If you're doing up dog, the only parts of your body touching the floor should be the tops of your feet and your hands. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, down dog. Lift your hips, press your heels down, push the floor away from you, and relax your head. If down dog does not work for your body today, skip it and instead come into child's pose. So every plank can be a tabletop. Every down dog can be a child's pose. And if that motion of lowering down and coming up into a back bend is too intense for you, especially if you have like a wrist or shoulder injury, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. On your next inhale, look forward and step forward, feet between your hands, lifting up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees and drop your head. Relax your head down. Inhale, root your eyes, circle your arms up, looking up overhead, saluting, greeting the sun. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Good, so we'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, looking up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, hinge at your hips, and drop your head. Inhale into a halfway lift, weight in your toes, back flat. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Remember, you can go here directly into your down dog or child's pose, or take a vinyasa, lean forward 2 inches, hug your elbows in, lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog or child's pose. So for child's pose, relax your head down towards the floor, reach your arms forward and sink your hips down so your back gets a nice long stretch. For down dog, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles, the space, especially the space between index finger and thumb, push down there. Lift your hips, contract your thighs, bring your heels closer to the floor, and drop your head down. Look for your shins behind you. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your head. Inhale, come on up, arms over your ears, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Good, last one, inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, keep looking forward, step back. And if you'd like, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, down dog or child's pose. So for child's pose, try to get your hips closer to your heels. For down dog, try to get your heels closer to the floor. You might need to take a slightly larger stance here. Spread your shoulders wide, bring the shoulders away from the ears. That's the hard part for me. Lift your hips up, drop your head down, take a slow inhale and a slow exhale. Inhale, look forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your head. Inhale, root to rise, come on up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Wonderful, so that's our little warm up. Hopefully you got the blood flow going. From here, we'll hop into traditional 26 into yoga. It's 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. We're gonna start with a breathing exercise, end with a breathing exercise, and do some weird stuff in between. So starting with pranayama, deep breathing, bring your feet together, toes, heels touch, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. H-A-ha sound. Head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, chin down. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Glue your ankle bones together. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your butt. Exhale, head up. Lock your legs. Weight stays in your heels. Hips a little forward. Hip muscles contracting. Thigh muscles tight. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall. Contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Suck it in. Hold it in tight. So stomach in. Eyes open. Head back. Arms forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs. Glue your knuckles under your chin. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through the nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhaling through the mouth, suck your stomach in, drop your head back, empty your lungs, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Eyes open, elbows up. Exhale, head up. Eyes open, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Slowly bring your chin down as you lift your elbows up. Exhale, head up. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. If you time it right, elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Let everything go with the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue half moon with hands to feet pose, Ardha Chandrasana with Panastasana. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers and cross your thumbs. It's called a temple grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. So we're gonna make a half moon shape with our body. How cool is that? Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, head and arms back, biceps with your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight lines, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day. There's no rush, know where you have to be. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. What a tremendous gift that you have given yourself, and no one can take that away from you. Let your breath be your guide. As you inhale, lengthen your arms. As you exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you push your hips to the right. So a friend of mine often says in relationship to partners, she says, don't look for somebody who takes your breath away, look for somebody who reminds you to breathe. And I actually think the same is true with a workout. Like, of course, I love getting my heart rate going, but in this style of yoga or in yoga in general, even when we're doing challenging postures or times when like our heart rate is increasing, we're still gonna remember to breathe in and out through your nose. And if you ever find that you're holding your breath or gritting your teeth, it's a sign you've gone a little bit too far. So if you can still breathe, get a little deeper, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. This is the only posture that I can't really do and talk through at the same time. So I'll show it a little and then I'll talk it a little. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head all the way back as far as it goes. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, and then immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine, backward bending, try to fall down backwards, maximum weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, go down. Put your hands on the floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from the back bend to forward folding. At the beginning of class, spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Do try to keep your heels on the floor. Panastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. Grab the backs of your legs. You can grab your calves, your Achilles, or eventually your heels from underneath. Bend your elbows back behind you. Touch stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face on the shins, below the knees. So from the side, no room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight forward into your big toes rather than your pinky toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Good. Change, come on up, arms with your ears, knees can bend. Nice. Arms down and you stand a little taller. That's the goal, you just stand a little taller. Feet together, second set, arms over your head, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up out of your waist and slowly drop to the right as you push your hips to the left, coming down in a straight line. So if your knees or elbows start to bend, you've gone a little bit too far, contract your right thigh as much as your left thigh. Press your right arm into your ear, press your left arm into your ear, drop your shoulders, lift your chin, lift your chest, and then push your hips a little bit further to the left. Bring the weight back into your heels, hips more forward, upper body back. Push your left hip forward, keep your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, reset, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you push your hips to the right, coming down. So a big trick to this posture is to squeeze your palms together. Use your grip strength, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, squeeze your palms together, up to your wrists, drop your shoulders, and touch your biceps to your ears. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips forward, and bring your upper body back. It's not an either or, it's a yes and. Push your right hip forward, keep your two hips in line, left shoulder forward, two shoulders in line, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Maybe give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, and then bring your arms back with your ears. So imagine you're tracing your fingers along the ceiling down the back wall. If your knees or elbows are bending, come up a little bit. Contract your quads, squeeze your glutes, then push hips forward. Squeeze your palms together more now. Push your arms away from you. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, go down with a straight spine. Biceps with ears. Put your hands on floor and then relax your head down. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Take note of what's changed from first set to second set, or maybe from your first class until now. Maybe the hamstrings are a little bit more loose, but maybe today they're a little extra tight, and there's no right or wrong answer. We're just checking in with what's going on with our body, with our minds, with our heart. Second set, Panastasana, bend your knees halfway. Again, you can grab the backs of your calves with elbows bent, or the backs of your heels with elbows bent. Touch stomach to thighs, chest to knees, let your head hang heavy, eventually face to shins, pull on your heels, lift your shoulders up, roll your weight forward, and then lift your hips up. So eventually the legs will lock, doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Eventually tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. For today, just do your best. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Change, come on up, arms with your ears, knees can bend. Nice, arms down, and you let that go. Awkward, Ookatasana, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging. Suck your stomach in, bend your knees, and sit down into a chair. Feet flat position. Spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down, halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in, now lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. A little bit more weight back into your heels, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, try to fall down backwards at the end. Change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up like somebody has your ponytail stretching you up towards the ceiling. Now bend your knees and sit down. So you want to lengthen your spine up even as the knees sit down. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, keep your arms lifted. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, knees together. Stop whenever you want. Eventually sitting all the way down. Good. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor. Arms parallel to the thighs. Spine perfectly straight. So from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change. Slowly come up. Knees together. Good. Heels down. Right foot back. Arms down. Take a breath. Let's do second set. Step your right foot to the right hip width distance. I will show you from the side. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight. Suck your stomach in. 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, everybody together, sit down. So in the first part, stick your butt out and fold forward. You are hinging at your hips, and the more you fold forward, the more you can sit down. Weight in your heels. Notice if your knees are going way in or way out. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees, and hips. Now start to lift your chest. Lift your chin up, chest up. Good. Change. Inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Push your hips forward and come up all the way on your tip toes. Lift your heels as high as they go. It's a great toe stretch. Stretch up, bend your knees, and sit down. I bartended for almost 10 years and I swear I would do this yoga just for this posture, right? After standing for so long, feels so good for the toes. Heels a little higher to stretch the toes, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but not below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, last part, heels down. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come just a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down. Imagine you have the 270th vote between your knees. Don't drop the vote. Squeeze your knees together. Stop when you're a half inch off your heels. I could not help myself. So you want to keep a gap between your butt and your heels. You're not like resting down, right? You're lifting up a little bit. Change, slowly come up. Good, heels down. Right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. We're going to do the right side first. I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm doing the left side, but we're going to do the right side. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, bring your right arm under your left arm, right under left. You have options, cross first at your elbows. At first, maybe give yourself a hug. Eventually, interlock your fingers, or even bring hands together, thumbs towards your face, pinkies away from your face. Pull your elbows down. Bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right leg over left leg. Cross your legs each other, twist like ropes. Eventually wrap your right foot behind your left so all 5 toes are visible. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit down more, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm under your right arm. Left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, weight in your heels. Lean back, keep your hips low, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left leg over right leg, cross twist, eventually wrap your left foot. On this side, bring knees to the left and upper body to the right. So you want your knees pointing to the front of your mat, not the right of your mat. Knees to the left, upper body to the right, keep the weight in your heel, sit a little lower, lean your upper body back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, right into second set. Bring your right arm under your left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit low, get low, get low, get low, and bring your right leg over your left leg to the window. Just kidding, cross your legs, twist like ropes. So on this side, notice if your knees are twisting to the left. Bring your knees to the right and upper body to the left. You want wrists over elbows, elbows over knees, knees over ankles, weight back in your heel, sit a little bit lower, arch your upper body back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, last one. Bring your left arm under your right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Notice if your hands are to the right of your face, bring your hands to the left and then pull that right shoulder down. Bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. So keep dropping the right shoulder down to even out the shoulders. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance like I am, arch your upper body back. And then just take a moment and make sure that you're still breathing in and out through your nose. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time. Grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Lovely to see you all. Okay, let us continue. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janusharasana. For the next 3 postures, we continue to balance on one leg. If you fall out, just hop back in, right? We say falling out of a posture makes you human, but hopping back in makes you a yogi. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janusharasana. It's so cheesy, I know. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg. So lift your left kneecap up, contract your left quadricep, lift your right leg up. Point your toes, flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, stomach in, round forward, and see if you can pick up your right foot. Wobbly process, all 10 fingers interlocked, nice tight grip, don't lose the grip. If you've been coming for a while and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, that's too easy. No lower, that can hurt your back. Standing leg lock. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an L like Linda, bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below your calf muscles. Heel forward, toes back, lock your left leg. Change. Slowly reverse out. Beautiful, Kevin. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Lift your left leg up. Point your toes. Flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back. Suck your stomach in, round down, and pick up your foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you know your right leg is locked, slowly lift your left leg up, and it's a real kick. Kick your heel forward, flex your left toes back. It's a great way to stretch your Achilles, calf, and even hamstring. If both legs lock, you'll feel a lot of stretching on the backs of both legs, then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. Bring your chest down more so one day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lift your right kneecap up. Contract your right quadricep muscles. Lock your right leg. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. So can you simultaneously have weight in the ball of your foot without clenching the floor with your toes? A little bit tricky. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, engage your abdominal wall, round down, and pick up your foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Heel forward, toes back. If both legs lock, exhale, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, and you can balance, press your hips forward, flex your toes back, tuck your chin to your chest, and put your forehead on your knee. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Take your time as you reverse out. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left leg up, toes back, stomach in. Round down, pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Breathe through your nose, relax your jaw. Here we go. Lift your left leg up. Heel forward, toes back. If both legs lock, from the side, legs make an L, like Linda, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, press your hips forward, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Hold where you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Slowly reverse out. Good for you. So that was a forward curl. Next we do a back bend. And if you're new, the grip for this next posture can be a little bit tricky. So just pay attention to what way your shoulder is moving. Okay. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body. Bring your hand out to the right, palm facing up. Give yourself a high five for coming to class. Yes, reach back without turning. That was a really bad high five. Okay, there we go. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. So shoulder opening out, knees together. Bring your left arm up and all the way back with your ear, right hip forward and down. Contract your left thigh, point your right toes, lift your chin. Take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the body down, abdomen parallel to the floor. See your foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up until your right shoulder disappears behind your left shoulder. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula coming out of the body. Kicking and stretching equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good for you. Change. Slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up. Imagine you're holding money in your hand. Don't drop the money. Bring your hand out to the left without dropping the money, without turning or twisting your wrist in any weird way. Reach back and pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. Thumb with your index finger. Right arm up, knees together to start. Lock your right leg. Point your left toes. Take a deep breath, stretch up, and go for it. Kick your leg back and up. as you stretch your right arm forward. So you're actively stretching your arms apart from one another. Slide your right shoulder forward, relax your left shoulder back, contract your inner right thigh as well as your outer right thigh, and breathe in and out through your nose. Slowly come down to parallel so the foot starts to lift up. Eventually left heel stacks on top of right heel from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Eventually chin and shoulder touch as your shoulder blade scapula opens. Body down more, leg up more. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Take a collective breath. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right ankle at the ankle bone, knees together, left arm up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line. Squeeze your left thigh, point your right toes, take a deep breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. That's all you have to do. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. This is a back bend and a chest opener, shoulder opener. So keep your chin and chest lifted and then slide your arms apart. Create maximum space between your left hand and your right foot. Come down, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Beautiful, change, kick yourself up. Good for you. Last one, left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left ankle, knees together. So you want to press your left hip forward and down, right arm all the way up with your ear. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a deep breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Standing bow pulling pose, a bow like an archery. Some people say that your right arm makes the arrow, piercing the air. Left arm and leg make the bow, drawing taut. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says body is the bow, posture is the arrow, but the target is the soul. Doesn't really matter if you can do the standing splits, but it matters how you're conducting yourself in the posture, how you're seeing yourself through yoga, getting to know yourself a little bit better. Body down, leg up, kick, change, kick yourself up. Good for you. Come to the back of your mat and towel. Tula Dandasana balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds. Make up your mind to use 100% of your strength. In half a second, if you're late, it's over. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Lock both legs, point your left toes, and slowly tilt. So even though it's a short posture, you want to go down slowly with control. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, arms back, lean back. Step your left foot forward. Lock both legs, point your right toes, and slowly tilt like a seesaw. So notice if your back is bending or the arms are coming down away from the ears. Lift your arms and then bring the chest down. Bring your chin forward. Squeeze your palms together. Point your right toes. Stretch. Change. Right foot down. Left foot back. Arms down. So that's a really hard posture. I would argue it's like a lifetime of work to keep your spine straight as you hinge at the axis of your hips, right? So the right way is unfortunately the hard way. Make sure the back is flat. If your arms start to come away from your ears like a broken umbrella, come up a little bit. Second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, step your right foot forward, lock both legs, point your left toes and tilt. So no broken umbrellas. You can stay right here with your biceps of your ears. Eventually, as the back opens up, as you gain shoulder mobility, you come down to parallel, body down, leg up, leg up, leg up, change. Left foot down, whoo, right foot back, arms back. Last one, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, squeeze your palms together, point your right toes, and tilt. Think like a human tug of war and you're the rope. So can you stretch your big toe back more and then actively charge your body forward? Body down, heel up, lock your right leg, point your right toes, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. For the next 3 postures, we're going to balance on separate legs. You are welcome to come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat. I will face you. Standing separate leg, head to knee, standing separate leg stretching, Dandayamana Vikatapada Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in, heels out. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Good. Grab your heels from behind, roll forward, lift your hips up, lock your legs, and touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Now, if you're like me and you have a long torso, it's probably not going to take that long to get your forehead to the floor. However, if you have long legs, tight hamstrings, and a short torso, it might take a while. Here's a trick. Try taking a bigger step or a little bit of a smaller step. You never want your steps so wide that you feel it in the inner thighs. You want to feel this stretch on the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, not the inner thighs. Never be afraid to play around with taking a bigger or smaller step if it helps you get your forehead closer to the floor. Change, slowly come up, step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. So if your forehead touched the floor easily in the first set, which I know some of you that's true for, take a smaller step. For those of you where the forehead was nowhere near the floor, take a bigger step, but never so wide that you lose control of your legs. Second set, arms overhead, step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor, turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward, stick your butt up, all the way down. Good, grab your heels from behind, and if grabbing your heels is not happening today, no problem. Grab the outsides of your feet so you can pull, or put your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. Press your big toes down, lift your hips up, lock your legs. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up with a straight spine. Good, step your right foot back, arms over your head, arms down. Wonderful. Next is what we call triangle pose or Trikonasana. This version of triangle is different than in Vinyasa. In Vinyasa, we'd call it like a warrior 2 variation. So just keep that in mind. It's same, but different. Triangle pose, arms over your head, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in just a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up the knees and hips, and then see how low you can sit. Eventually, right thigh bicep parallel to the floor, right leg makes an upside down L like Linda. Keep sitting down, lean back, and move your arms. Right elbow in front of the knee. Aim your right fingers between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. Here's the rub. If your step is super short, you can't sit down that far because your femur is only so long, so your hips run into your knees. If you take a bigger step, maybe turn the right toes in, you can sit down more. Lean back, aha, and move your arms. Left elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingers just above your big and second toe, look up towards the ceiling and really stretch up. Now do notice if your right knee is bending or your right ankle is rolling in. Evenly distribute your body weight on all 4 corners of your right foot, contract your right quadricep, lift your right knee up, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and float your arms down. My favorite is people who go, okay, so second set, none of that. We just gracefully float the arms down, arms over your head. Not that any of you are doing that. Step your right foot to the right. No. Arms down parallel to the floor. It's the bad students, none of you. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right leg, lunge, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. It's amazing how much we emote with our body, right? And the more that you come in to knowing your body, the more that you'll see it in others. Drop your left thigh down, push your right knee back. Look up towards the ceiling and stretch up. Reach your left arm up. Stretch your right arm down. Sit down more, chest up more. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, left foot, flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg. Right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down. Lean back and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling, 6 and 12 on a clock. Look up towards the ceiling and breathe. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Suck your stomach in and relax your jaw. Reach your right arm up. Stretch your left arm down. Turn, twist upper body back. Lock right leg, right foot, flat on the floor. Change. Move your arms. Straighten your leg. Left toes in. Right foot back. Arms over your head and arms down. It's like, I think it's the Dalai Lama quote, smile and you become the smile. I'm not saying pretend that everything is hunky-dory, but sometimes when we float the arms down, the body knows that it's okay just to relax and breathe. Standing separate leg, head to knee. So through your body movements, you're calming your body down, right? It kind of goes both ways. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Vikaptapada, Janu Shirasana. Inhale your arms over your head, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, at least 36 inches. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. If you're facing the long side of your mat, you'll face the back of your mat for this posture. Turn your back toes in. Push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot should make a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Round your spine, chin to chest. Suck your stomach in, touch your forehead to your knee. You can bend your right leg. Just try and touch knee and head together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch all 10 fingers beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight into your front leg. Lift your right hip up, press your left hip forward, keep your 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times. Lock both legs, contract your quadriceps, lift your kneecaps. Hands together, 1 step at a time. Change, slowly uncurl. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, going slow so your head comes up last. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. And this might just be me, but my heels always get crisscross in transition. Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in and then push your hips forward. It will be easier to balance if your heels are in a line but not crisscross. Right hip forward, 1 more time for good luck. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Biceps with ears, stomach in, so the slower you go, the more you're working on your strength, your balance, your control. Stretch your fingers beyond your big and second toe, and you can bend your front leg if it helps you bring your knee and head closer together. And this posture, just like the last 2 we did, don't be afraid to play around with your step. You might need a smaller or larger step. You might need to turn your back toes in more or bend your front leg more to touch knee and head together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Wonderful. Second set, head to knee, arms over your head, palms together. Cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, 3 feet. Pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in. Push your hips forward, forward, forward. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your right foot all the way down. Stretch your fingers just beyond your big and second toe. And for a balance challenge, keep your hands together. So this is what we call a compression posture. Anytime you hear head to knee or Janu Shirasana, yes, we're rounding the spine, but it's all in service to compressing the front of the body. You're starting to squeeze into your internal organs as you strengthen your abdominal wall. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels. Make sure you still have a wide step. Turn your back toes in. Push your hips forward. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So I'll share with you the purported benefits of this posture in Ayurvedic medicine. You can take it or leave it. So it's believed that pushing your forehead into your knees stimulates your pineal gland. Chin tucked to chest stimulates thyroid, parathyroid gland. This posture is often called a marriage of the pancreas and kidneys because there's this idea that if you suck your stomach in enough, the pancreas on the deepest level of the abdominal wall actually starts to come towards the kidneys on the lower middle back. So we're simultaneously stretching the kidneys and compressing the pancreas. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. This posture is supposed to be good for people with hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, or type 2 diabetes. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. I share stuff like that sometimes, not because you have to believe it, but because it turns out a lot of that stuff is getting proven true, so I figured like it couldn't help, right? Okay, come to the middle of your mat and towel. We're gonna do tree pose and then toe stand. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg all the way up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back. Never force your knees. If you have a tight hip or tight knee, you might not be able to lift your heel all the way up today. Maybe the foot's on top of the shin, the knee, the thigh. Eventually heel to costume. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand up. Try to squeeze your inner thighs together. Point your right toes and then tuck your tailbone under, lift your chest up, temporarily eliminate any curvature in your spine. Change, slowly lower your right leg down. Lock your right leg and lift your left leg up. And this side might feel a little or a lot different. We're not symmetrical. Touch your heel to your costume and let your left knee drop, but you want to feel it in your hip, not your knee. Left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand up. But if you're like me and your foot falls a lot, continue to hold on to your foot if it doesn't feel forced. Touch heel to costume. This is a really good way to prepare the knees and hips to sit in lotus pose one day. Change, left leg down, toe stand. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. For toe stand, your foot can be anywhere above the knee, anywhere on the thigh is great. You can bring one or both hands together, Namaskar. Option to stay here, simply looking to the floor might be enough for today. When you're ready, stomach in, fold forward. Lean forward, hands to floor, walk your hands forward, lean in like Sheryl Sandberg, lift your heel, bend your knee and sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Point your right toes, try to get your 2 knees in line. Left hand, right hand. Elbows down, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. If you can, you must. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. You can also come up on 2 feet. Good. Change, right leg down. I'm going to show you the other side from the side. Lock your right leg and lift your left leg up. Slowly, gently let your left knee drop. And if you, like me, have your foot slide a lot, hold on to your foot on the way down. It's safer for your knee. When you're ready, fold forward. So as you're leaning forward, your quadricep muscle is engaged so that your upper body weight goes onto your muscle, not your knee joint. Once your hands are on the floor, you're going to walk your hands forward and lean forward so that all of your body weight goes into your arms rather than your knee joint. Once the weight is in the arms, then lift your heel, bend your knee and sit down. So there's never any weight on the kneecap. That's what makes it beginner friendly. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. This is my favorite posture to fall out of. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand, elbows down, spine straight. Maybe come a ½ inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. So to reverse out, you're going to lift your hips up first to take the weight out of the kneecap, back onto the quadricep, and then you're going to push the hips forward. Good. Change. Left leg down. Honor yourself. Give yourself high five. Fist bump. Turn around. Lie on the floor. Savasana. I'm going to adjust my camera angle ever so slightly. Okay. So we're on the floor for the rest of class. Spoiler alert. Just kidding. So lie on your back with your head to the front of your mat and the feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together. Let your toes fall open. Arms down, close to your sides. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Take a slow inhale through your nose and a slow exhale through your nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Uttasana, wind removing pose. Right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull down extra hard, maximum pressure in your lower abdomen, massaging your ascending colon. Fun, change. Right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down and hold still. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, that's normal. Flex your right toes back to your face. Change, left leg down, both legs up. Grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself a really big hug for coming to class. If you can't grab your elbows, grab your elbows. And if you still can't grab your elbows, at least you tried today. From here, you're welcome to grab your knees, interlock your fingers, grab your wrists, forearms, eventually palming your elbows. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor and breathe. Change, arms down and eyes open. Second set, right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Pull down extra hard, opening your hips and chest. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down, massaging your descending colon. So this posture is good for your grip strength, but it's also good for your digestion. It is called wind removing pose for a reason. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back, please skip the sit-up and roll off to the side to meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bujungasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Bring your feet together like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only. Belly button down, chest lifted. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change. Slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on the towel, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. If your class feels wildly different from the last week's Wednesday class, I'm going to offer a couple of reasons why that might be. One of them, it is significantly darker right now at 7 p.m. than it was last week, right? We're going through like a time change. And as well, right, like there's a stressful election happening. So if you're feeling a little bit tight or tired or any way that just feels different from normal, that is very normal. I just want to name that. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands on the floor, elbows point up, feet together, lock your legs, look up and lift. And this is actually one of my favorite things about this style of yoga where it's the same every time. This becomes the control group. So when you notice that the practice feels significantly or even just a little bit different, you know that it's not the yoga, right? Because the yoga is the same. So then you're like, what is it? Maybe I shouldn't have had a full pint of ice cream right before class. Change, slowly lower down, look to your left, right ear on the towel, arms down, heels open. And the more familiar and meditative the yoga becomes, the more that you'll notice how things outside of your practice affect the yoga in good and bad ways, not just like what you're eating or how much water you're drinking, but like how you're spending your time, who you're like hanging out with, like what you're, doing in your free time, all that stuff. Look at Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms down, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch.
lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lock your right leg, lift your heel up. Change, right leg down. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. So notice if the knee is bending or the hip is lifting up, drop your left hip down and then stretch your big toe back. Point your left toes, lift your thigh up. Change, slowly left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide, but hands never overlap. Mouth down, feet together. Lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up, struggle a little harder. You can do it, don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight, knees together, feet together. Lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Good, change, slowly lower down. Bring your arms out, releasing the tourniquet effect on the arms. Look to the right, left ear on the towel. Nice rush of blood through the knuckles, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Second set, bring your chin forward, arm straight position, flip your palms down, bring your arms underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers wide. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, hold it, 3, 2, 1. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. So we're trying to isolate the left leg. Notice if your right leg is doing a lot of work here. Relax your right thigh, point your left toes, lift your left heel up. Change, slowly left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. You can do it, make up your mind. Bring your arms a little closer, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift both legs up. It's a mind over the matter posture. Matter is usually the mind. Knees together, feet together. Lock your legs, press your shoulders down, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down, arms out, look to the left, and take a breath. Full locust, Purna Shalabhasana. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, feet together, toes and heels touch, feet together. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. 747, taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go. Body knows to follow. Point your toes, feet together. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up. Look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down. Tuck in your wings, look to the right and breathe. So you inhale, feel the backs of your ribs expand. As you exhale, let everything soften down. Second set, chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. So this posture is so good for strengthening your back. If you ever Google like yoga for back pain, a variation of this posture will be on every single list, right? We're lifting our body up away from gravity, strengthening all the muscles that surround the spine. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. So you're not dropping your head down or jamming it back. Lock your legs a little bit more and come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, breathing in, and slowly breathing out. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index finger. So try to grab towards your toes rather than your ankles. Point your toes, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Good. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips and hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, look up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on the towel. I ate a lot of pizza last night and I very much feel it in this posture today. So if you also stress ate in the last 24 hours and this is uncomfortable, I am right there with you. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, but we're gonna do it anyways. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling and kick hard into your hands. So arms and legs are like 2 wheels in one base. Freeze between your ribs and hips, which if you've had a lot of pizza is not pleasant, but it's good for your digestion. And this is a great posture for back strength, back mobility. It's a good way to open through the shoulders and chest. Same thing, keep your neck in line with the rest of your head, not dropping it down or jamming it back. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Ooh, look to the left, right here on the towel. Slow inhale. And slow exhale. Chin forward, hands on the floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat and towel for a fixed firm. Supta Vajrasana. I will show you the first set from the side. Open your knees and feet. So you want your feet wider than your butt. As you're ready, start to walk your hands back. This posture works into lower body tightness. If you have tight ankles, toes, or knees, you might not go very far. That's okay. You can have your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. Eventually, sink your hips down to the floor. This is called hero pose. You can stay here, or you can go all the way into fixed firm. Hands to feet, right elbow down, left elbow down. Drop your head back, head on the floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, hips, and thighs, but never a point of pain. Keep your knees on the floor the whole time, even if you don't go as far. Knees always on the floor. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up. Head up last. Boom. Turn around. Savasana. Let your legs stretch out. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. Heels together. Toes fall open. Arms down. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes open. Mouth closed. Breathing normal. Second set, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat and towel, fixed firm, open your knees, open your feet. You can stay here the whole time, or when you're ready, slowly walk your hands back. Notice if your toes want to turn way out or way in. That's ankle tightness. We want to work through it, not around it. The only way out is through. If you can sit down between your heels, it's so annoying. Put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Drop your head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and hold. Breathing in and breathing out. If this is easy for you, bring your knees back together, but knees never come off the floor. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up. Good. Head up last. Turn around. Shavasana. It's a great quote I read recently. I've said it to some of you before, but it's, I don't want to mess it up, but it's, what is it? The shortcut is the right way, right? Sometimes we think, oh, if I skip this corner, if I let my knees come off the floor, like I can get in it faster, but in the long run, you end up like having to do a lot of corrections in the posture and like it can hurt your body. The shortcut is often actually the long way. It's the harder way, but you actually end up getting there faster. Very tortoise and hare. Speaking of tortoise, half tortoise pose. Legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. I swear I did not plan that, but as I was speaking, I was like, oh good, half tortoise. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together. Slow and steady wins the race. Stretch up and slowly go down. Knees together, feet together, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Get your elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor. It's a little bit different from child's pose. Change, come on up, knees together, feet together, hands together. Arms down, turn around, Shavasana. Let's do it again. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Good. Back to your mat and towel. Second set, half tortoise. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down. You're welcome to put one or both hands on the floor to walk yourself in. Otherwise, slowly go down, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize.
Change, come on up, arms with ears, stomach in, nice, arms down, turn around, Shavasana. The next two postures are our deepest back bend followed by our deepest forward curl, working on spinal mobility and maybe like a release of some tension or some worries in our heart. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat and towel for Camel Ustrasna, our deepest back bend. I'm going to show you from the side. So we're going to make the hump of a camel with our back. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, look up, and eventually drop your head back. You can stay here with your hands on your back or keep your hands on your back and go back halfway. You can stay here with your hands on your back or right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels today, no problem. Keep your hands on your back, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. Change, put your hands on your back first, and then push yourself up without twisting your neck or head. Head up last, good. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And if you get what feels like an inexplicable surge of something in that posture, it could be nausea, dizziness, lightheaded, or some sort of like emotional, psychological, or spiritual shift in consciousness. That's really normal. We are stretching a big bundle of nerves in our solar plex area. It's like a spot where we hold a lot of tension. I suspect a lot of us have been holding a lot of tension, and when we stretch that nerve area, it makes us feel some kind of way. So there's nothing wrong with you. If nobody's told you this yet today, there's nothing wrong with you. But get this, there's also nothing wrong with you doing second set. So here we go, no excuses. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Come to the top of your mat and towel. Always do second set. Open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees. Still keep 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back and maybe try to bring your elbows closer together behind you. Squeeze your tush, push your hips forward to open the hips and pelvis. Look up, lift your nose, lift your chin, lift your throat, lift your chest, lift your ribs, lift your belly button, and eventually go back and grab your heels. So everything is lifting up. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you. Maybe giving something up on the back bend if that speaks to you in this moment. Change. Put your hands on your back first. Push yourself up without twisting your spine. Head up last. Turn around. Savasana. In the words of Pulitzer Prize winning poet Kendrick Lamar, sit down, be humble. I think there's a lot to say about that, especially in our yoga practice. Of course, taking pride, claiming our power through yoga, but also just an opportunity to sit down, be humble, to let go. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat and towel for Rabbit Sasangasana. We're going to flip it and reverse it with our deepest forward curl. I'll show you from the side. So sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make little bunny ears, grab your heels from the outside. Now remember tortoise and hare. Hare loses. Go slow like a tortoise into rabbit pose. I don't know how that works. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly go down. This is like a reformed hare. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, and lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. If your grip is sliding or your heels are coming off the floor, feet are coming off the floor, ease up a little bit. There's a little bit of weight in your head, but you're not pushing your head down. Lift your shoulders up, squeeze your heels together, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra. Head up last, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Middle of your mat and towel, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside. stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Chin tuck to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, lift your shoulders up, press your hips forward, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Change, hips down first, slowly uncurl, more like a tortoise, less like a hare, head up last. Good, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Wonderful. Okay, for the sake of time, we're gonna do one set of head to knee, one set of stretching, and flow that straight into spine twist. Fun. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Head to knee, Ustrasn. Right leg out, left leg in. Two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, turn to your right, round down, and touch your forehead to your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your toes back to your face. Your forehead might not touch your knee with a straight leg. In fact, for most of us, it won't, at least at first. Bend your right leg as much as you need to touch your knee and head together. It's a compression posture, head to knee pose, Ustrasn, stomach in, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, and again, bend your left leg as much as you need. Pick up your foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Touch your forehead and knee together. Now, if it's easy to touch your knee and head together with a bent leg, keep going. If your leg is straight, keep going. Lock your leg, bend elbows down, eventually elbows to floor. Everybody, right elbow down, right shoulder down, right hip down, roll into the right, so both sides of your back round equally. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down on your back, let your spine realign, and sit up. Panastasana stretching. I'll show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Lift your chest and start to waddle your butt back, right, left. So for this posture stretching pose, keep in mind that all parts of your body are interrelated. When your hamstrings are tight, your spine will round. When your spine is tight, your knees will bend. So for this, we're gonna work through that rather than around it by keeping our back straight. Flat back, stomach in. This might mean keep your knees bent at first and fold forward, stomach to thighs. Eventually, as you gain hamstring flexibility, you can start to fold forward more without rounding your spine. And eventually, if your legs are straight, stick your butt out and lock your legs. One day, heels off the floor, stretch up, and then go down with a straight spine, flat back. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch. One day, toes and head touch. Change, come on up and stay seated for spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor, Ukatasana. Touch your right heel to your left knee corner so your right big toe points forward. Point your left toes. Right hand close behind you. Left arm up and all the way over. Push your right knee out of the way with your left elbow. Grab your left knee with your left hand. Hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your right shoulder and twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. If you don't need it, take your hand off the floor, grab your hip, your waistband. One day, reach around and see if you can grab your left thigh with your right hand. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'll show you from the side. Bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to your right knee corner. If bending this knee does not feel good, straighten your right leg in front of you. Left arm close behind you like a second spine. Right arm up and over. Push your left knee out of the way. See if you can grab your right knee with your right hand, making that shoulder deltoid rotation. Okay, if your knee is bent, notice if you're sitting on your foot. Slide your right foot out of the way, roll your right hip down to the left hip down to the floor. So evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist. If you're having trouble balancing or if you're leaning back a lot, keep your hand behind you like a second spine. Once you can balance, take your hand off the floor and wrap it behind you for a half bind. Keep your spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good. Change, turn around, Shavasana. Okay, we started class with a breathing exercise, exhaling through your mouth. And we end class full circle with another breathing exercise, exhaling through your mouth, Kapalabhati breathing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat and towel, sit well. So eventually you will sit in what's called Vajrasana or firm pose with your knees and feet together, hips on your heels, arms locked, hands on thighs. If sitting on your feet does not feel good in this moment, sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce, or even with your legs straight in front of you. And if you are sitting on your tush, you might want to have your hands on the floor beside you rather than on your thighs. Every body proportion is different. For this version of final breathing, you're going to exhale through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. And when you exhale through your mouth, snap your stomach in, engage your abdominal wall. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs will automatically take in air. It's pretty cool. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall, shoulders down, look straight ahead. Five, four, three, two, one. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. You need to leave, I totally understand, but if you have time, make time. Final Savasana, close your eyes, open your arms and legs, and take a breath. Sometimes at the beginning of a yoga class, you'll hear teachers, including myself, say something like, arrive in the present moment. And even as I'm saying it, I often roll my eyes because my experience is like often we haven't arrived in the present moment until the end of class, right? Like our mind's wandering. And then somehow every time I think it's a transformational experience and we end a little changed, a little different than when we came in, a little bit more able to arrive in the present moment. And what we realize is that the present moment, like logically, cannot be a destination, right? Because it is a singular moment in time. And so it's just this invitation to constantly return to the one singular real moment in time over and over again. And that's what makes it transformational. And that's why, like, if your mind is like at the beginning of class and at the end, you're like, right? Just enjoy it. Even if it's just for a minute, just enjoy the, take a slow inhale through your nose. Even slower, exhale through your nose, letting everything sink down. Just let the floor hold you up, soften your shoulders, your hips, let your hands and feet be heavy. And just enjoy this one singular, unique moment in time. Just enjoying it exactly how it is, your experience right now. Breathing in and breathing out.